Today I want to give you an introduction to fly fishing waders and their most important features to consider before you buy a pair. First and foremost, waders can be broken down into two categories. The first one is a so-called boot foot wader, where the boot is attached to the waders. Nowadays, in fly fishing at least, most modern day waders are so-called stocking foot waders. These are waders where you have a neoprene bootie that you wear with a pair of wading boots. Then the second important differentiation to make is whether you want to get a chest-high pair of waders or a so-called waist waders or hip waders that are basically only up to your hips. The standard, I would say, nowadays is the chest wader. It just offers another degree of wadability and enables you to go deeper into the water. Hip waders are great, for example, for the summertime when it's hot and you want an extra degree of breathability and don't want a fabric that covers your upper body. When it comes to stocking foot waders, the most important feature obviously is waterproofness. Different companies use different membranes, different materials. Gore-Tex, for example, is a standard that is often used in the high-end models such as Sims G3, for example. Patagonia has their own highly waterproof fabric. And then the second very important feature when it comes to fly fishing waders, from my experience, is breathability. So you want a membrane that can get the sweat out when you working hard when fishing and still keep you dry from the outside. Other than that, important features to look for from my experience are a chest pocket where you can put your essentials. Then most modern day higher end waders feature hip hand warmer pockets, and then it comes down to the number of layers in the membrane. For example, the Sims G3 features a 3-layer upper body and a 4-layer around the legs where most of the abrasion happens. Same goes for the Patagonia that has more abrasion resistance in the lower part, around the knees, inside of the legs. And then you want a pair of waders that can take some abuse. What I mean by that is if you walk into the river, if you're walking through bushes, you don't want your membrane to get damaged right away. So look for a pair of waders that offers some abrasion resistance. And then another feature that's important in a quality pair of waders is the bootie. Because these booties are sensitive, be careful when you walk on concrete, for example. Use a wader mat. And these, after several years of use, they can leak. But for example, Sims offers a replacement. Same goes for Patagonia. And then last but not least, a gravel guard is something that is valuable in a pair of waders, because these gravel guards, once you put on your wading boots, you can pop them right over, and it prevents, as the name says, gravel and little debris from getting into your wading boots. And that can be annoying when you're out on the water. So I hope this gave you a good first overview of what's important when buying a pair of waders: hip waders versus chest-high waders, boot foot versus stocking foot, and breathability. Those are the most important features, I would say. One last thing that I still want to mention is a suspender system. As for example in the Sims G3 again, or the Patagonia Swift Current. If you do a lot of wading and walk in, look for a pair that has a padded suspender system, adjustable obviously, because that can really make a difference on a long day out on the water.